Hello, I'm Jay Lewis, and I just wanted to tell you something. Your words are magic, and not only that, but they are the oldest and the most powerful magic that you will have at your disposal. Why do I say this? Well, a long time ago, we were not so different from the animals around us. Way back before the first word was ever written on wall, we were all just creatures under the sun, just moving about like the animals we were. But then we became aware. Maybe it was just one creature, maybe it was a whole set of creatures. But at one point, somewhere and sometime, we all became aware. And we became aware of the word. And the word became our thoughts. And we used our words to create stories. And the stories shaped the world. We connected with one another, with the word. And all of a sudden, this grand world became a whole lot smaller. With our words, we changed the world. And you can see this with civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King and Marie Curie and Mahatma Gandhi. With our words, we can change our thoughts. And when we change our thoughts by wording them differently, we tap in to changing our patterns and our actions. Our words can be a double-edged sword. We can use them to uplift people, and we can use them to cut down people. See, the problem is, like with all things in nature, when you destroy, especially with your words, you're giving away your magic, your energy. When you lie, you break trust. And trust is one of the most powerful things you can have. We trust one another to do things. We trust our political leaders that they will do the right thing. And what happens when they don't? Well, what should happen when they don't? When they lose their word or when they break promises? They lose their office. They lose their position. When it becomes too much of a struggle out there, people will begin using their words to connect with one another and incite revolution, incite change. And you could look at the French Revolution, the American Revolution, where we began with a Declaration of Independence, and all that is a set of words. A set of words that made this such a great country. Now, back to a word being a double-edged sword. To encourage someone to say positive things may spark something in them, may give them the support they need to continue doing something. And in doing so, they can become something great. Like a parent who encourages their child to play the guitar like they are doing. Or a parent that encourages their child, telling them that they can be a football star if they just keep trying. The child will go out and do it. Because their words are so powerful from a parent to a child, as they are powerful from us to another. And it is just as easily negatively powerful. In other words, you can crush a person's dreams, especially a child's dreams, by telling them that they are no good at something they should give up. And this is what a lot of us are struggling with, where we didn't have the support of friends or family, and everyone told us that we couldn't do it. And for some of us, we gave up right there and then. And then others took those words and decide to fight against them by adding their own words, where they're saying, I can do it. And you are not going to do anything without that first thought, that first set of words in your head, I can do it. Our words shaped the world around us. They shape the laws that we follow. They shape the customs and the traditions, the manners and the mannerisms of society. There is a lot of emphasis on the power of a word. For essentially a word is just voice. It is just thought. It is sound. It is not intangible. And yet, out of nothing. And this is what makes the word so powerful. Out of nothing, when the first storytellers came about, they became a part of society by telling others how to live and telling the stories of how the world was made. And they became an integral and important part in their village or their tribe. And yet, they were just talkers. They made something out of nothing. With the power of the word, people understood that we no longer had to struggle and be strong and be cruel like the other animals. But we could be clever, we could be smart, could use our words to build up a better world around us. Simply by communicating with others, we create teamwork and relationships and friendships and trust. And all these things help form the society that we are in today. The world society that we are in, where everyone is connected. But for those of us who do, it is our responsibility to watch our words, because they can be powerful things. And sure, spiritual masters will tell you all the time, don't listen to what anyone says, or don't let the words get to you. Sticks and stones break bones, words never hurt. Of course words hurt. Words can be the most hurtful thing, especially from the people who are closest to you. The truth can be hurtful. Facing yourself can be hurtful. But with the power of the word, we can change this. We can build up a positive life by simply speaking positively to others. And when we keep our word, especially when we keep our word, trust is formed. And trust is cooperation. And cooperation is how we survived in the wild and is how we will survive today. If the world leaders all betrayed each other on their words, we will be going to war. It is the fact that these world leaders are keeping their words and they're promising one thing to another and they are talking back and forth that's keeping us from fighting each other. It is Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech that united a bunch of people to go down to Washington and to change a civil injustice. That is the power of the word. It can change the world. The power of your words can make the difference between whether you get the girl or not, or the guy or not. It is your words that will decide whether or not someone will hire you in a job interview. So do not use them sparsely, and do not just use them randomly or whatever. Use them with meaning, and the energy behind them is what's really going to be transferred through the word. It is so powerful, our words, that they can change our lives in a minute if we wanted them to. Simply by using our words to change our thoughts from an I want to an I have, or to I am angry to I am angry but I can get by, to and I can't. No, I can. So please, do not throw your magic around loosely. and certainly do not use it to hurt others, because in doing so, others are going to recognize you by your words and what you say, and it is going to isolate you. How many of us have a friend or someone we knew who was an absolute liar, or they spread gossip, or they start rumors, or they use their words to be hurtful, and they try to start fights with their words? I know a few people like that. Sure you do. Do you hang out with them? I should hope not. You'll notice that the more hurtful their words are, the more they lie and the more rumors and the more gossip that they do. People who are going to be their very best selves are not going to be around that. Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around someone who starts trouble. The only other people are going to be the troublemakers. The people who are given into their lower natures and refuse to do anything about it. Maybe they are blind, or maybe they just don't care. Either way, you can isolate yourself with your words. You can break a relationship with your words. Doesn't matter how long that relationship was. All it needs is a few choice words to break it. And at the same time, it was a few choice words that made it. So watch your words, because they are powerful things. Do not use your words loosely, and never say a word you cannot keep. Because when you lose that trust, it can be gone forever. You may only have one shot with that interviewer, and you tell him, I can be on time, and then you are late. You think that interviewer is going to trust you? Or you tell your spouse or your better utter one thing and you go do another? Nobody trusts that. Our world and the fact that we are prevented and keeping from going to war is based on the people's trust in a leader's word. A leader can incite a revolution, or he can quell it with the power of his words, or her words. There is a magic in words. Words created the world, because this world is not built up of matter, energy. The world we live in is stories. That is the world we live in. A world of stories that we created. So create your world with your words. I'm Jay Lewis. Thank you.